Hello everyone, again my name is Jeff Bowders, and today I'm going to do today's gear review for FREEBUD on Evans drum heads. We're playing a concert here tonight for the Pyeongchang Special Music Festival, and it's going to be a big rock fest, so we're going to come in and check out the gear. But first, I want you guys to look at this wonderful statue we have. I saw this earlier today, and I'm still debating about whether or not it's going to give me nightmares for the rest of my life or not. But anyways, it's up to you. So come on in, let's check it out. I've been playing Evans drum heads since 1991, and they're by far my favorite drum heads, the most versatile drum heads, and they come in so many different styles and varieties. But tonight I'm going to talk specifically about the models that I'm using and why I'm using them. So let's go check it out. Alright everyone, I have the great pleasure of introducing the Mr. Drum of Korea. Alright, David Kim, head of the drum division of FREEBUD. He's going to come here and we're going to talk about Evans drum heads for you for a little bit. Let's check this out. David! Hi. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Excellent. Alright.
자, 그럼 이번에 이제 그 제프가 와가지고서 에반스에 대해서 이제 디테일하게 설명을 할 건데요. 탐탐 헤드를 EC2라는 모델을 쓰더라고요. 그리고 스네어 드럼 헤드는 HD 드라이브라는 모델을 쓰고요. 그리고 뭐 간단하게 B14 한 코팅으로 된 한 단피의 코팅으로 된 헤드를 쓰고 있고요. 그 다음에 이번에 제프가 원했을 때 그 오리지널 메이드 인 USA EQ4라는 드럼 헤드를 원했는데 사실 그게 없어가지고 우노 EQ4라는 모델을 갖고 왔어요. 우노라는 모델은 뭐냐면은 아주 싸면서도 EQ4라는 오리지널 성능을 그대로 갖고 있어요. 그거에 대해서 설명 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
Thank you, David. So right, the heads that I'm playing, the tom heads, are all the Evans EC2 heads, EC2 clears. And one of my favorite things about these heads and why they're so important to me is that they're durable heads. I'm a rock drummer, I play pretty aggressive sometimes, and so I'm going to need a head that's going to last for a long time. And these heads last forever. They're fantastic heads in terms of durability. But the other great quality about EC2 heads, not only are they durable, like a lot of other heads can be durable, but they don't have a big tuning range. These have a huge tuning range. You can tune them up really high, get a nice high-pitched resonant sound from the drum, or you can tune them really low, and they really speak at that low volume. And they sound great, and regardless what the tuning range is. So that's why I play these Evans EC2 heads on the toms, always. Evans HD Drive on the snare. I've been playing this snare head, I think since 1991. It's my favorite snare head because once again, it's a really durable head, but it has a big tuning range. And the other great thing about it, if you see this, it has these little holes around the circumference of the drum. What does that do? That takes out all that pop, ding, right? That takes all that ring out. It just goes pop, pop. And so all that unwanted ring, it's gone because of those little air vents. I love that. I have 15 snare drums at home. When I'm doing session stuff, different snare drums are going to be required for different sessions. On every single snare drum, I have this head for the main snare. For the secondary snare, we have this power center reverse dot. This is an auxiliary snare, right? So it's not the main snare, it's more of an effect snare. So I'm going to want it to sound different than that main snare. So it's a single ply head, and since it's single ply, it's going to have a higher pitch. but I want it to be durable like a double ply. So what the great thing about this head is, they have an extra layer underneath the middle of it. That's why it's called a reverse dot. So where you're going to hit the drum most often in the middle, that's where it's going to be doubly layered. So you're going to have that extra durability, but the sound is still going to sound like a single ply. So it's the best of both worlds, really. It's fantastic. And then finally, like I said, we're playing the Uno EQ4 head on the bass drum. Normally, when I'm back in America, I played the Evans EQ4. And so I came out here and you introduced it to me, this Uno head. I didn't know what it was. Like, check this out, Jeff. I was, let me check this out. It sounds incredible. I didn't even know there was a difference between the actual Evans EQ4 and this one. So this is fantastic. Thank you for bringing this to me, to bring my attention. I can't wait to try it out some more. We're playing the gig tonight, and it's going to rock. I can't wait for it. Alright guys, just to give you an example of how this Evans HD Dry works with these air vents around, takes out that ring. I just want to give you a little sound demonstration of how effective it actually is. So, other snare drums might have that ding to it. This really dries out the drum, hence the term HD Dry. It dries it out. So. Nice, crisp, to the point, no extra ringing to it. HD Dry. So one thing I got to tell you about today, guys, Evans drum heads. We already talked about how amazing they are, how consistent they are, how many different varieties they come in, but what have they done recently? They've revamped all of their heads with this new technology called 360. What is 360, you ask? 360 is a technology that they're now designing all their heads. When you put a head on any sort of drum, it won't waver. Sometimes when you put any new head on a drum, it doesn't sit perfectly. These new 360 heads sit right on the drum. There's no wiggle room. You don't have to readjust for it when you're tightening down, you're trying to seat the head. It's already seated for you. So the only thing you have to make sure is that when you put on the rim, they put each tension rod equally, seat the head evenly, because like I said, it's already even. It's ready for you to tune perfectly. There's no readjustment or recalculation you have to do with the head. I encourage you to check them out. They're amazing. Evans heads. They're the first company to do this. They're setting the standard once again. Go down to FREEBUD, check it out, see what I'm talking about. Enjoy.